Good afternoon, everybody. Olivier Barrette speaking. So I will present you now the new features of TL Manager. But maybe to get back to the question of UZIP, it could be indeed a nice feature to not have to manually copy the current status into the history, but to be able to push it. Okay. Simon is telling me that actually the way it works now, which is pretty similar, is the fact that if you create a new historical entry, this entry will be copied from the current status. So this is the way to go. You first create an historical entry, it will copy the current status, and then you change the current status. You have to do it in that order currently. Yeah. And as Olivier is saying, if it happens that you change directly the current status, then it will not produce the same effect. It will not create an historical entry, and you will lose that entry. So be careful on that. Maybe to be clarified on the TL Manager behavior. So don't hesitate to provide us feedback. So I will continue with the presentation of TL Manager. Here is it. Maybe as a quick recap for if you are new as a TLSO. First recap on the feature of TL Manager, and then I will go through the new features, followed by a demo together with Simon Ghisalberti, who is part of the developing team. So as you may know, for those who are used to it, TL Manager, it's a web application that we have developed to help you manage a trusted list. When we mean managing a trusted list, we mean editing a trusted list, browsing it, monitoring for any errors, but also sending us a notification, in the sense of Article 4.1 of the Commission implementing decision. As you may know, this application is hosted, at least an instance is hosted at the Commission, so you don't have to install anything locally. You can start from there. If you prefer, you can also, of course, download the bundle and install it locally. So this tool has been created at the beginning of 2016, 2 years ago, just before migrating to eIDAS. Okay. We then added more and more features. The first feature to be added were the detection of changes and the trigger of checks. Changes are a nice feature, because then now it automatically compares what you are drafting to what is in production regarding your country. So you can detect really what you change and what you don't change, which avoids, of course, a lot of errors that could occur if it happens that you modify something without willing. Okay, we improved some other things, but something worth to mention again is the fact that if you want to notify us for a change of signing certificate, so if someone joins your team or leaves your team, or a signing certificate for, a trusted list signing certificate expires, or anything related to that, please send us a notification through the tool, a sign notification, so that we can automatically process it, authenticate it, and process it on the go. With such a nice automated workflow, we are able to process your notifications quicker than in the past. And I think we commit to I think 7 or 8 days, but in practice we stick to 1 or 2 days schedule. So this is a nice feature. Please don't send us an email, or of course you can ask a question via the email, but if it is for such notification, please do it from within TL Manager. This same notification can be used for modifying the contact points. So it means that if you want to edit the email address we shall use to contact you, or if you want to grant access to someone else to the tool, because TL Manager is of restricted access, please use that same notification form. Okay. And so let's get back to the features. What we did as well in the past, it was mid of 2016, end of 2016, sorry. We integrated for the first time TLCC. So because TLCC is an Etsy tool that used to be a separate tool, meaning that you had to export the trusted list and import it into the tool. This was the first time we integrated, so you can trigger TLCC from inside TL Manager. Okay. Last year, we decided to because there were more and more functionalities that could be interesting to the general public, we decided to split the tool in two, to have a restricted access tool for you, because you are managing trusted list, editing drafts, etc., signing, etc., and it could be misleading to the general public to see these features. We decided to restrict access to this tool and to create a new tool targeted to the general public, which we call Trusted List Browser. Okay, and so from now on, if someone joins your team, we need to know the EU login of that person. And again, if you want to notify us about this new EU login, please use the notification form, add this EU login at the appropriate place into the form, and send that signed notification to us. If you do follow this workflow, the notification will be processed automatically, and as it doesn't require any local publication on our side, it will be really processed on the spot, and you will have access the second after. Same for the contact emails. What's new as well, but I think you have realized now, is that when you notify us, and when you notify us about a change of signing certificate, we need to publish a new LOTL to integrate your changes. Normally you had to wait for the publication of the LOTL to know that we correctly have taken into account your notification. Now you receive an automated email saying that a new LOTL has been published according to your notified changes, to your notification. I think it's a nice feature as well. So we further increase the integration of TLCC, but anyway, we'll have more about that in a few slides. One thing not to forget is the fact that there is a news portlet that some of you certainly know. So on the home page, on the Trust Backbone view of TL Manager, you can see that there is a small portlet on the top with the three last publication of Trusted List. So this is where you can see if TL Manager has correctly detected the publication of your Trusted List. So suppose for some reason you don't receive an email confirming that we detected the publication of your Trusted List, you can have a look there and you will be sure that it has been detected. There is the portlet that is known. Maybe less known is the page itself, because if you go in the menu entry of, if you go in the menu on the left of TL Manager, you will see that there is a news entry. If you click on that, you will go to a dedicated news page with criteria that gives you the possibility to search among all these Trusted List publication, actually the full history of the Trusted List publication. So if you filter on your country, you will see all the detected publication of Trusted List for your country from the start, from where we started collecting this history. So this can be very interesting to be sure that there is no ambiguity between you and us. Availability pop-up, you know maybe as well. It's a pop-up where you can again accessible from the Trust Backbone page, from the home page, where you can check how the Commission is seeing the availability of your Trusted List. I say the Commission because, of course, we are on the internet. It can happen that in the link between the Commission and your country, or on your server in particular, there can be unavailabilities, but at least this is what we detect from our point of view regarding the availability of your Trusted List. And maybe a less important feature, but that can be helpful for countries with big Trusted List, you are able to disable checks. And so you can temporarily disable the checks because it's time consuming. You do a draft on some changes and then you put the checks back. Okay. version 5.3, we are now actually talking about the version that is in production for the moment, that is live for the moment, and actually that we presented to you at the last webinar. This version, as you may have noticed, is now bringing alerting system. So you receive email. What happens is that we monitor your trusted list on a regular basis, on a defined set of dates compared to particular events. These events are certificate expiration, next update of trusted list expiration, all these kind of events. And when we either detect the approaching expiration or approaching problem or maybe also existing problem, we send you an email. This is, of course, I think a nice feature for providing transparency, and maybe as a reminder, as a kind reminder for you for some of these. As you may have noticed now, regarding the TL Manager currently in production, Trusted List Conformance Checker, the TLCC of Etsy, is now the only checker in TL Manager. So in the past, we had two set of checks, internal checks from TL Manager and TLCC checks. We decided, because Etsy TLCC is the reference against their own Etsy standard 119612, we decided to drop our internal ones and focus only on TLCC. And as you have seen, TLCC is now fully integrated in the sense that in the tree view of TL Manager, the errors that are error warnings and messages that are located inside the tree view are really the one from TLCC now. So there is no other checks except a few checks regarding detection of changes from one sequence number to another, but almost all the checks are TLCC. We implemented, just to recall you, that we implemented a retention policy because there were many drafts and old drafts. So we have implemented, as said last time, we've implemented a retention policy to just get rid of very old drafts. We didn't receive any complaints so far, so I guess it's okay for you as well. Okay, let's talk about the new features now. One of the first, it's not really a feature, but one of the first thing that will come with the new release to be published and after the summer is the fact that we are now fully open source, meaning that both TL Manager and Etsy TLCC will be released in open source, and you could build if you find appropriate. You could, of course, either reuse the source, but also build from the source if you want to do a local installation. Etsy TLCC will be hosted by Etsy on their own website, and we will surely communicate on the precise location at the appropriate moment. A nice feature we think that is providing more and more transparency is the fact that now from TL Manager you will be able to download statistics reports. We will show you in a few slides. Static reports on TSPs that you will be able to download in CSV files, so comma separated value file format that is compatible with Microsoft Excel. The idea being that when you have these raw figures, you can then play around with it, filter it, tweak any figures you like, and produce charts from there. And to recall that we propose you now to join an early testing phase of the tool, if you want to, of course. This testing phase will start mid of July and will end mid of August. So if you are interested in early testing of the tool, please join. To do that, we will need to grant you access, because you will access an acceptance environment, and so we need to grant you explicit access to it. So please send us an email, ECTL service, the same email as usual. Please send us an email to request that access, and we will of course grant you. Please be aware as well that then you will be integrated into the testing platform, and you may receive alerting emails from this testing platform that are separate from the production platform. So yeah, just to keep you aware that because you will be on the testing platform, you may receive more emails just because of that. There is a question on the chat regarding the number of EU logins you can notify. As far as I know, there is no limitation. I think Simon is answering, or Bjorn is answering. Yeah, no, there is no limitation. At least not for sure, not 2. I think even with 10 it will work. So there is no real limitation, at least not from the notification page. Okay, I was talking about the early testing. So suppose during the early testing you have feedback. Of course, we will try to integrate this feedback in the final version. But suppose it implies major changes, we will integrate it in the next version, so 5.5. Okay, let's focus on this statistic report. So you will have a new entry in the menu on the left, TSP statistics. This is how it looks. A few criteria actually. Country, of course, you can download for every country or select for one of them. Reference data, you can select at which moment in time you want to download to extract these figures. Please be aware that this reference data will take information from the current trusted list. Of course, it will know, although we have all histories of all trusted lists, as the current trusted list is considered as the current constitutive value of all TSPs, and has to maintain all the history as well. So this reference date will be used to use the current trusted list, but to go into the history of the current trusted list if you happen to put a date that is in the past. You can choose to aggregate statistics either by country or by TSP, depending on the granularity of what you want to extract. You can distinguish taken over by trust services or not. As Olivier has explained, taken over by services are a special kind of status, I would say. They are granted or withdrawn actually, but let's talk about the granted. A granted taken over by may mean that actually the TSP is not existing anymore, but has been taken over by another one. So these taken over by trust services should be handled with care, I would say, in the figures. So we decided to let you the possibility to distinguish them in the generated figures, so that you can post-process them if necessary. You can then, of course, select between qualified types or all or not qualified types. You can choose any combination. And other features like how you want new columns. This is how it looks. Sorry if it's a bit small, but I think here the result is based on the fact that we chose to aggregate on a country basis, and as you can see in the columns, you have all TSPs, active ones taken over by, etc., for each of the types. What we mean by active is that we mean currently ongoing, I would say, meaning that they are either granted or recognized at national level. So if you have active and you know that the TSP is qualified or not, you can clearly make easily the distinction. So you download the raw figures in CSV file, and then you can play with it. And just for an example, this will not be generated by the tool, but as an example, here is what it looks if you import it if you open it in Excel and you generate a few charts. For instance, on the bar chart on the left, you can see the QTSPs that are active, where we separated explicitly the taken over by in red. Suppose you want to cumulate them, of course you can just either change the criteria before exporting the file, or do your graph with a stacked bar chart, and then you will have both QTSP granted and granted taken over by inside the same bar. So I think it will be quite useful. And if you want more fancy charts that are generated automatically, please note that we will copy this feature in TL browser, in Trusted List browser, as we will show you in a few minutes. Okay, just to close the presentation of TL Manager, we thought it would be interesting as well to talk a bit of known bugs, because it can happen that you struggle with something, with an error message, and actually the error message is not due to you, but to the tool. And so this is the case for a particular message for the moment. Sorry for that. This is this one. Actually, what happens is that if it happens that you create in your trusted list entries for CA PKC, so meaning CA for not qualified certificate. It's not mandatory to do it in a trusted list, but you can, on a voluntary basis, you can decide to do so. Please note that it can happen that you receive this error message, which is wrong. We notified Etsy for that, and they will correct it. Sorry for that again. What does it mean is that there is a rule, as Olivier explained, and I think we chatted on that as well. There is a rule for qualified for the issuance of qualified certificate for electronic signature. There is a transition rule according to Article 51, and there is the fact that you need an audit and a CAR and a decision from the supervisory body to launch new types of issuance of certificate for e-seals and for website authentication. So there was a rule, and there is a rule still in TLCC that detects the fact that at the moment of the transition to eIDAS, CAQC should go to CAQC for eSig, at least on that particular date, and then afterwards could add CAQC for eSig, for eSeal, CAQC for website authentication, because they have been audited and granted the status for this type of service. And this has been replicated to CA-PKC, and this is wrong, because there is no such transition step for CA-PKC, and so this rule is unfortunately not correct. Sorry again, the Etsy will correct that. Second thing, it is not on the slide, but worth to mention again. Some people in the survey complain about the fact that it seems that the confirmation email is not present when publishing a new trusted list. So as you have noticed, when you publish a trusted list, we detect this publication and we confirm that we have correctly detected this publication. We temporarily disabled that feature a few weeks ago, but turn it on afterwards, after investigation, because it had problems of false detection, and so we prefer to turn it off before annoying you about wrong emails. And so please be sure that the feature is back in place now. So if you publish a trusted list now, you will receive a confirmation email saying we detected correctly your trusted list. If you have any doubt at any moment that you didn't receive an email and you should have received an email regarding publication, again, please go to the news page of the TL Manager, either on the Trust Backbone, and you will see the three last one, either on the news page itself, and you can even search for this publication for your country with a lot more criteria. Okay, this was for TL Manager. We saw that it would be interesting to present you the last feature of TL Browser as well, although this is not for managing it's not for managing a trusted list. We found it would be maybe interesting either for you or maybe to your contacts in your country. So Trusted List Browser, as you know, it's a web application as well. We are currently in version 1.2, so this is the one currently in production. And it's a tool for mainly, of course, browsing a trusted list. hence the name. But it's now also a tool for searching a trusted list, and so we think it's nice to again bring more transparency to the trusted list. We introduced recently, end of last year, 3 types of search. A search where you can, but you know that already, search through type of trust services and country, or all country, but you have 2 criteria. You can search by name, and it's a nice feature where you can search and on the go while typing you will see that you filter out the results. So it's a pretty neat feature for getting quickly to the result. And a third search that is both more advanced but also very powerful. You can search based on a signed document. It's a nice feature because suppose you have a signed document by a certificate and you want to know who issued that certificate, provided that the signature is in XADES, CADES, PADES, or ISIC recognized by DSS, then you can just drop the file in the search criteria, and the tool TL Browser will extract the signing certificate, identify the signing certificate, and find the TSP that has issued that certificate. Of course, if you know about certificates, you can also drop directly a certificate, and TL Browser will tell you which TSP has issued your certificate. So it can be very neat for simplifying investigations. Maybe a word on TL Browser in general. We know that TL Browser, it's a browsing tool for existing trusted lists. We have more and more questions on the general support mailbox that people are complaining that they cannot find a particular trust service, and that our website is not correct or not up to date or anything like that. So again, I think it's pretty clear for you as well. We only show what is present in a trusted list. There is no difference between the two. So we stress the fact again today that this is a browsing tool of existing trusted list. This is not a different tool that would kind of collect information and reprocess it. This is for version 1.2. 1.3, as said, brings new statistics feature that we call dashboard. Because it's for the general public, we thought it would be interesting to present it in pre-computed maps or charts, pie charts, bar charts, etc., with the feature, the possibility to export data as it is in TL Manager, but to start first with visual elements. Another feature to be shown is the certificate viewer. As you will see, it's a way to display certificates you are searching for. There is a new feedback pop-up that you may use, or anyone can use, to give us quick feedback on what you like, what you don't like, what you would like. And there is a search API that can be interesting. It will be a bit more technical, this part, but it can be very, very powerful if you want to search through trusted list with special technical integration with your tools. So it's time for a live demo of these features. I will hand over to the PC of Simon. Okay, so this will be a demo of TL Browser. As I showed you, TL Manager is new features were presented through screenshots. The first feature to illustrate is the dashboard. I think everyone can see the trusted list. So this is the page of the trusted list browser if you don't know it yet. So first thing to illustrate is the dashboard. So Simon will go to the menu. Oh yeah, there are two possibilities. Either you go to the menu or you find this feature at the bottom of the home page. Okay, so for each of these, because it is targeted to the general public, for each of these dashboard there is a presentation text that explains what we show here. As you can see, this is a map for presenting in a quick view how many TSPs are present in every country. You can choose. Yeah, there is a mouse over for each country where it will tell you how many TSPs, how many of them are qualified, even how many are taken over by, although it's a bit of an advanced concept. And then you have a radio button on the top of the chart to switch between either showing you all TSPs or only qualified ones. Okay, and as you can see, the color reflects actually the number of TSPs. If you click on a country, then you will be directed to the trusted list of that country. It's a kind of a nice way to present the different trusted lists. Another way, an alternative way. Let's go to the next. Yeah, okay. Of course, at any moment you can extract the data, and it will produce. It will produce the same file as you have seen for TL Manager. So you see CSV file that Excel can understand, and we'll put that in nice columns, and then you can play around with it. The only difference being that here we don't have a criteria page. We generate a kind of a not pre-computed, but a defined set of criteria that you cannot change. Okay, let's move on with the next chart. This is a pie chart for presenting the different types of QTSPs. As you know, there are 9 types of QTSP that are defined in eIDAS, and so we present a global overview of the QTSPs in Europe here. If you click on any of these types, you will then zoom per country regarding the number of this particular type of qualified providers. And if you click again, of course, you get back to the first view. Again, a quick introduction text on the left to explain what we show. A link to the standard if anyone feels willing to learn about more about the trusted list. You never know. Okay, let's move on with the last chart. This is a bar chart presenting the number of TSPs per country, and as you can see, we split it, the view for each country, between QTSPs, active ones, and taken over QTSPs. Again, a small explanation on the right. We split the taken over QTSPs because they have to be treated differently. Okay, this was for the charts. Maybe on the signed file demo now. So again, we go back via the menu. Yeah, it was a bit quick maybe, but what Simon did here is that he selected one of the search features, and one of them, as we discussed, is the possibility to search based on a signed file. So here he selected the signed file, and he will now drop a signed file into the search zone, and you will see that TL Browser will extract. This is an example file. You will see that TL Browser will extract every signing certificates he finds in the signed file, and for each of them, because there can be multiple signatures in the same file, he will identify who has signed the file, and more importantly, who has issued that certificate that has signed the file. So you can see here that it's a mix of different things from Italy, Luxembourg, Belgium, etc. What we want to illustrate here, because this you know already, I think, if you click on the zoom feature there, you will have a quick look on these certificates. Issuer, subject, validity. You can copy paste the certificate as well if you want to kind of extract this signing certificate. This is, I would say, a tool targeted to the general public. If you want to really do what could be called a certificate validation tool, it was a request, I think, from Peter Ribar in the past. Please know that now in the DSS demo, there is a new feature that is certificate validation that of course goes way beyond that, because it will validate the certificate in terms of also of whether it is a qualified certificate for eSIG, for eSeal, for website authentication, etc., etc. If you want this feature, please go to the hosted demo on the Cefic signature portal, and you will see that you will find in the DSS demo itself, you will find a menu entry on the left for certificate validation. That's it. Maybe a feature now that is more for technical people, I would say, but that can be very, very interesting if it happens that you want to have access to the data that are presented in TL Browser. This is an API. This is an API that we expose publicly now. This is, if you know, a Swagger view of this API. So Swagger, it's a documentation tool where you can find a quick description of each API entry, how to call that API function, how to trigger it, etc., etc. So with this API, you can really go into the different features of TL Browser, but programmatically. And so if you want to develop a tool on your side and use the information that is present in TL Browser, this is really the way to go. Please don't hesitate and tell us what you think of it. But for instance, you can easily get the find by file or find by type search criteria. Okay. Of course, again, this is more technical, but I'm pretty sure that it could be interesting for people on your side, technical people on your side. And lastly, we implemented in almost every page here a feedback, a small feedback icon there. Yeah. Okay. We try to make it as light and easy as possible, but we are really keen to know about what people think, you think, but also anyone using TL Browser think about TL Browser. And of course, we are not looking for just happy smiles here. We are also looking for real feedback on how to better to improve again the tool. And if there is any missing feature here, please don't hesitate to provide any feedback on that. That's about it for me. I will now leave the floor to Michael for presenting the road ahead for TL Manager and Ceph e-signature in general. Thank you.